I mean, passion to me is getting up at the crack of dawn and getting your gear together, getting out on the water, searching for that big fish, and every time you go out, it's a new adventure. That's the passion that drives me every time to go fishing. So I mean, time is a big issue these days. Everybody's got a lot of things going on. You know, you got family, I got a kid on the way. You know, you're trying to make the most of your time, trying to make the most of your free time and doing what you like to do. It's nice to be able to come home from work, grab my rod, throw the kayak right on the truck, and just go. I mean, access is a real big thing with fishing these days. You know, there's not a park on every corner of the creek or the river or the lake. A lot of private property, so you got to get out to these places that a kayak's the only way to get there. A kayak's the only way to get to, you know, some of the spots that maybe people haven't fished before. So when I was 4 or 5 years old, you know, there weren't too many kayaks around built for kayak fishing. That trend went all the way up till maybe I was 18 years old. There wasn't really any kayaks for fishing. You had to kind of take what was out on the market for the ocean and adapt it to fishing, add rod holders and kind of make it your own. You know, I started doing this a long time ago, 15 years ago now, and it came out of necessity. You know, we wanted to catch big flathead catfish on the river, and there wasn't much access. Access was limited, so you know, you get your kayak that's built for the ocean, put some rod holders on it, an anchor trolley, you go out and you catch some big catfish that most people can't do from shore. There's a lot of options out there right now. I think native hits a lot of the points that I'm looking for in a kayak, and it's obvious when you're out on the kayak, everything's where it needs to be. You know, what I look for in a kayak is something that's lightweight, that's maneuverable. When I'm on the river or the creeks or even a lake, I want something that I can get around easily. I can move around obstacles and things like that, get in and out of coves, and the Manta Ray XT hits those points. You know, so one of my favorite things about kayak fishing is, you know, you're out there in the elements, you may not be catching anything. There's a lot of factors going on. There's a lot of things. There's a million lures you can try. There's all kinds of different presentations. And every once in a while, you have a rough day, things aren't going your way, and you keep with it. And there's that moment where everything connects, the right lure, the right presentation, and you're hooked up. That fish is tight on the line, and you feel the kayak spin and go for a little sleigh ride. I mean, catching big fish in a kayak is definitely a unique experience. You know, I've caught big fish in a boat before. I've caught big fish from shore. something just special about being able to use light tackle and letting the kayak and the rod do all the work together to let that fish tire out. I mean, you really get drug around when you have a big fish on there in the kayak. It's definitely an experience you can't get in a boat, you can't get from shore. It's something I look for every time I go out kayak fishing. I want to get pulled around, and I love doing that. I take every opportunity I can to get out on the water. When I'm out there, I try to learn as much as I can about the fish that I'm going after. And if I catch a monster, well, hell, that's an awesome day.